Welcome friends, it's Ray. Thank you so much for joining me today. In today's video, I am using this Altenew 3D embossing folder, Dreamy Day Lilies. And I love that. And I will also be using the matching stencils to color in this embossing folder and get lots of detail without a lot of labor. Yay! Our technique today will be coloring on dark or colored cardstock and getting the best effect. I am bringing in this unicorn white pigment ink, and this piece is on Hero Hues sand cardstock. Okay, I'm bringing in the stencil and I'm lining this up, and this is pretty easy to do, easier when you're standing, of course. Okay, so I'm going to bring this in and go over the entire piece of this lily in white pigment ink. Step one of this technique is to color all of your images or your main image with the white pigment ink. Anything that you want to stand out. The reason for this is that the white pigment ink acts as a buffer and will, when you put ink on top of it, will allow the ink to just sit there without absorbing into your cardstock, so you will have a more vibrant color. Then I'm going to rotate my stencil and pick up these balloons and press my stencil down. I'm using the Altenew grid mat, and this has really good stick, so it holds the stencil in place, and all you need to do is apply your ink. Then just lift that up and rotate to the next set of leaves. Here I'm going to speed up the video, and I'm going to go ahead and color in all of the petals on all of my lilies. And as I mentioned, there are two stencils, but they are sectioned off with a line so that it makes it easy, and then you just rotate it to color in all of your petals, and then the second stencil we'll be using to color in the leaves. For my leaves, I've opted not to put down my white pigment ink. I want a more muted look for the leaves, because my main focal images are my lilies. So now it's stencil number 2. There are 1, 2, 3 different areas, and there's a little line here to separate, just so that you know that. Here I am lining up this bottom stencil with the bottom portion of my flower, so I'm not going to color above the line. And if you think you are, you can always put tape there, like some post-it note or post-it tape. Okay, all right, so just coloring in with Shabby Shutters. This is a light green distressing, and starting out light here. think this is a little lighter than I want. I'm gonna go ahead and go around, and then I think I'll come back in with a darker green. Okay, let's just turn that a little bit. And bringing in Mowed Lawn, which is a little darker. Okay, let's take a look. Oh, I like that. And I've left, I've made it darker in some areas just to give it highlights, and try to leave it lighter on the edges. So darker in the center of the area that I'm adding green to. So I'm going to add a little bit more there, a little bit more here, and just let it fade out to, okay, so now that's the bottom portion. So now I'm going to go to this top part here, line that up. Yeah. Okay, stick that down, and I'm going to bring in my shabby shutters to go light, and then I will add my darker color. So I want to focus this shabby shutters around the top edges of my flower, or leaves I should say. And then when I come in with my Mowed Lawn, it will be darker towards the center. Okay. So here, bring in my Mowed Lawn towards the center, or the inside leaves. Make that darker and kind of fade out. Darker here, and then just fade out. Oh, I like that. And then there's one more area in the center here. Okay, so right in here is where this goes. So not enough for shading. I'm just gonna do dark on both of these areas. Yeah. Okay, that's good. Oh, I love that. I like the way that looks without anything else, but I am going to do a little bit more. Now I want to bring in my mustard seed and my original stencil, because I want to add the distress ink over top of the pigment ink. So that's what makes this technique pop. Dye ink works best with this next step. So lining up my stencil, bringing in my mustard seed, and then I just want to concentrate kind of in the middle and fade that out on towards the outer edges, but leaving them kind of white at the tip. Now you could definitely go over the whole thing. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm gonna deepen it by bringing in more mustard seed, and so this dye ink will sit on top of the pigment ink. Okay, so this is my second lily that I want to color in yellow with that mustard seed. So I'm just lining that up, and we'll do the same. These little quadrants almost need to be labeled. I can label them with the Sharpie, and maybe I'll do that next time. All right, so again, more on the inside of these petals, then just kind of fade out to the edges and give it a double dose just to darken. It's still going to dry back lighter. And here I went with mustard seed on my stamens, and they really should have been a different color. So you'll see I come back and try and lighten those up with the white pigment ink. But in retrospect, I think I would have liked them better had I made them maybe like a light brown or a gold. But I'm going to go with this. So I went ahead and finished coloring all of my stamens white, and I did clean off my brush in between because I did get a little yellow transfer. I really love the way this turned out. Here I am just putting some of my Altenew Antique Gold Reinker on my palette, adding a little bit of water, and then I'm going to stir and mix that all together with my paint brush. And then I've placed my panel in my splat box, and I want to splatter or spatter, however you say it, splatter this in with the gold, and I will have some fine splatter that really shows up well in person. Not sure how it's going to pick up on camera. Oh, that picks up just fine. Love it. My second panel off camera, and this is some Kraft cardstock also. It's just a different brand, so it is a deeper color. Let me know in the comments which one you like best. Off camera, I used some scrap pieces of same cardstock and heat embossed my sentiment in VersaFine Onyx black ink, and then just cut my strips down. I started with the black ink, but decided that was a little too harsh for my panels here. So I'm going to also do this in gold, but I'm going to let you see the black just in case, you know, it's something you like for a project on this particular cardstock. Inserting random thoughts and questions. Why does your dog look at you sideways when you introduce something new? Is your dog giving you the side eye or just really curious? Drop me a note in the comments and let me know your thoughts. Use the hashtag RTQ. I decided it was too dark. Okay, so I changed it, but I wanted you to see how the black looks. And leave me a comment. Let me know whether you think the black looks best or the gold. But I am going to use the gold in today's card because same thing. This is the black, which stands out beautifully, but it's just a little too stark. Okay, that's the black. Here are the finished cards, and this is on the Hero Hues or Hero Arts sand. Hero Arts sand cardstock. This one. I like the way that turned out. And then this one is on the Recollections Kraft cardstock. I did cut a gold mat for both and popped my focal panel up on foam tape and my sentiment on foam tape also. I just wanted to show you the difference, just in case you have one and not the other, or if you don't have a Kraft cardstock and you're looking for one, you've got two options here, just depending upon your personal preference. As always, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you liked the video and will give me a thumbs up, subscribe if not already a subscriber. Until next time, good day, friends.